Hello, everybody. Today, I want to talk about one very simple tool that will definitely transform your life if you understand how to apply it in the way that I talk about. Not that me talking about it is what makes it special. There are plenty of people that understand this skill, but it's something that I've talked about on my channel time and time and time and time again. And I'm going to talk about it one more time, which is understanding how to adjust your beliefs and why your beliefs are important. Now, when we look at how the mind works from a psychological perspective, and also understand that in accordance to mindset and putting our mind to something and bringing something in as our physical experience, when it comes to beliefs, in my opinion, if you can accurately identify and adjust beliefs in accordance to what you want to experience, that should be enough to actually bring that experience in a consistent manner. Even if the experience that you want to bring into your life, there are circumstances involved, people involved, things that have occurred that are undesirable. And the reason why I say belief should be enough is because also from a mindset perspective, we know that we want to be able to focus on things in our mind in the way that we want to experience them in our physical reality. And we want to be able to focus on them in that way as if it is occurring now, even if we aren't having that experience, or even if we are faced with challenges or difficulties, meaning I have to decide who I am and what's going to occur in my life, even if I am faced with things that are telling me no, I'm getting rejections, I'm seeing challenges. I want to get into the position mentally to where those things don't throw me off. They don't negatively trigger me. They don't cause me to spiral out. I'm not negatively reacting. I'm not actually viewing this thing as a problem. I'm able to respond to it in a mature, stable way. And I can hold that inner knowing, entertain what I want to experience, and allow that to unfold without trying to force it to occur or manipulate it into place. The reason why beliefs are important is because when we look at it from a psychological perspective and taking into consideration that focus, our beliefs are the base. Meaning, each day when we wake up, we don't just have random thoughts. We don't just have random assumptions. We don't just form random awarenesses. When people say you are not your thoughts, they're wrong. They're wrong. How are you going to have a thought in your mind if that doesn't come from something within you? Something with how you're identified. Okay? Meaning, our thoughts are not random. Our thoughts are a manifestation, an instant manifestation of our beliefs. And I understand we're connected and we can persist in things and bring those in as our experiences, and people will do whatever they need to do to make those things unfold and come in as our experience as well too. For just you and your mindset though, you need to understand that your thoughts are not random. And I'm going to give an example here, okay? So for instance, when people are talking about the resistance that they have with focusing on a desired experience in their life. So let's say you want to create a specific relationship, but you can't in your mind focus on or believe that this person will commit to you, or that they're actually interested in you, or that they like you. From a belief standpoint, if you hold a belief like the men that I am attracted to are attracted to me, or the women I am attracted to are attracted to me, it's a normal experience for me to receive commitment from somebody I'm attracted to. I believe I'm able to create the relationships that I desire. It's a normal experience for me to create a relationship that I desire. Those beliefs right there, if you hold those beliefs, Are you ever going to form a thought or an assumption that a particular person is not going to commit to you, like you, want to be with you, or that you're not going to be able to create a relationship with them? You're not. You're not. It's in contradiction with your belief system. And again, from a psychological perspective, if you were to study cognitive behavioral psychology, for instance, you would see that your beliefs are the base, which then filter up into your assumptions and rules, which then turn into your automatic thoughts and awarenesses. So one thing that I've said on my channel is when you want to persist towards a desired outcome, but you're noticing that you're having questions, doubts, fears, you're trying to think about something differently, but you're getting intrusive thoughts. Instead of just flipping those thoughts and ignoring that, you want to ask yourself, okay, I'm having this thought. For instance, let's say this person hasn't texted me and I'm having thoughts of they're losing interest or they're talking to other people, whatever it may be. Okay. Why? You want to look at that and ask yourself, why? Why am I struggling to believe that this person's going to continue to have interest in me or that they're going to continue to text me? Okay. And some people might say, just persist that they're texting you now. When we think about this foundationally as well too, when you adjust your beliefs and you take the approach that I'm giving you here, it's going to create sustainability in your life as well too. Okay. Meaning you want to look at that and see, okay, I'm struggling to believe that this person's going to continue to be interested in me. And I'm having a hard time trusting that they're going to commit to me. And I'm insecure and I'm feeling threatened or jealous at the idea of other people. What do I need to believe about myself or this area of my life, this concept in my life, whether it be men, relationships, commitment, trust? What do I need to reinforce in my belief system to where it is a normal experience for me to know that somebody is going to continue to text me. They're going to continue to be attracted towards me. And that commitment is a normal thing for me to receive in this area of my life. All right. So that could be something like, again, it's a normal experience for the people that I'm attracted to be attracted to me. Receiving commitment is a normal experience for me. I'm able to trust in a relationship. I'm always secure in a relationship. I'm never threatened or insecure at the thought of other people. Whoever I'm attracted to wants me and only me. And here's the key signifier, the reason why this is important. If you can catch those thoughts and make it about yourself, okay, I'm having these insecurities, worries, doubts, fears. Let me adjust this within myself. And you actually pick a few statements and meditate on that consistently, then what's going to happen is you're no longer going to get triggered when they aren't texting you back right away. You're no longer going to be spiraling out with a whole bunch of negative assumptions that are coming from your beliefs. And you're not going to be negatively reacting to this person, chasing them, obsessed with them. You're going to be able to stay in a relaxed space where you allow them to consistently pursue you and you normalize that experience. That's just one example. Okay. In terms of long-term sustainability, why doing this is also important is because if at the beginning of a relationship, when somebody doesn't text you back right away, if that causes you to think that they're losing interest or they're not going to commit to you, you're already having insecurities, lack of trust, lack of self-belief, maybe jealousy, whatever it may be. And maybe you'll be able to smooth that over by just convincing yourself that, yeah, no, they totally like me. They're going to text me. But if you continue forward and you don't address those things, think about in the future, all the other things that could occur that could trigger you into those same ways of identifying and cause you to react and misperceive your reality and project insecurity, lack of trust, and lack of self-belief in ways that are unattractive that causes somebody to not really want to be with you because you're not self-recognized. All right. So what am I saying here? One of the most important tools that I have picked up from mindset is to look at the thoughts that I'm having or the awarenesses that I'm forming and ask myself, what would I need to believe about myself or this area of my life to where once I get those beliefs in alignment, I'm no longer going to form this awareness, insecurity, doubt, fear, and I'm going to be able to normalize the experience that I want to create generally, which is going to allow for me to create this specific experience with this specific result I want to create in my life. Nobody to change but self. And I really want to go back to that point. Really think about it. If I really held these beliefs, would I struggle with this specific person or this specific result? Would I really hold on to a negative story or perception of a specific area of my life if generally I hold beliefs that support the outcome I want to create? It doesn't make sense. It's really not how your brain works. You're not even going to have those thoughts or awarenesses. If I generally believe that getting commitment is a normal experience for me, I'm not going to be holding on to or forming thoughts that a particular person isn't going to commit to me. If I generally believe that I'm always successful in my career, I ace every interview, I always get the job that I desire, I'm not going to struggle with thoughts or awarenesses that a particular company isn't going to want to hire me. If I generally believe that I'm really good at school, I always pass all my classes, getting A's is a normal experience for me, I'm confident in my ability to learn and overcome challenges, I'm amazing at taking tests, I'm not going to be worried about whether or not I'm going to fail a test or get bad grades, which another portion to this as well too is your beliefs don't only create your automatic thoughts, they also create your behaviors. So you're automatically going to begin to show up and do the things naturally to create that experience through your behaviors when you shift your beliefs. So in all ways, once you change in how you're identified, you're going to naturally create new results. Just like how in your previous way of identifying, before you're aware of mindsets, whatever beliefs you hold about yourself or particular areas of your life are causing you to behave, think, feel, show up, form awarenesses in alignment with those beliefs, regardless of the specifics. Which is why you can create patterns in your life, regardless of people, places, or things, because you don't have limiting beliefs with specific people, places, or things. You hold beliefs about yourself and concepts in your mind that you then project outwards onto specific people, places, and things. Instead of trying to change everything around you, look at the beliefs you hold about yourself and particular concepts in your life. When you do this too, you're not going to feel delusional because you're adjusting concepts. And as long as you understand, okay, once I get into these beliefs, I'm going to view this area of this specific area of my life differently. Once you understand that and you can just put the focus on yourself, you're going to begin to feel better. You're going to begin to grow as a person. You're going to be able to normalize this area of your life. You're going to stop placing people, places, or things on pedestals like they're better than you or unattainable. And you're going to be able to normalize those experiences to be able to bring them in as a sustainable thing in your life. Another thing too, the automatic thoughts that you form are going to begin to naturally change. So when you get general beliefs in alignment, because your beliefs are creating your assumptions, your rules, and your automatic thoughts, you're going to begin to naturally think different about specific people, places, or things in your life because the thoughts you're manifesting are a manifestation of your beliefs. Okay, so does that mean that you shouldn't bring consciousness or deliberation or persist in specific results? No. But it's going to be a lot easier to persist in specific results when you hold an identity that supports that outcome. You're not going to be battling yourself. You're not going to feel like you're delusional. You're not going to be spiraling. You're not going to be constantly negatively triggered or reacting to things in a defeated manner. You're already going to be grounded in who you are and how these areas of your life show up. And even if somebody shows up in your life trying to give you something or treating you in ways that aren't in alignment with how you're identified, you're going to be able to very easily handle that, either remove yourself, respond to it in a mature way, handle it in whatever way you please, because there's no limitation. It's your life. You're the one creating your life. You can do whatever you want to do. And you're going to be able to hold that inner knowing that if you want this situation to turn around, that you're going to be able to do that because it's a normalized experience for you to create that result in your belief system and how you're identified, which means you're not going to be negatively attached, chasing, undervaluing yourself, showing up in ways that allow for negative dynamics to form. Okay. Another thing I want to say on top of adjusting your beliefs is when it comes to applying mindset, you want to take a sustainable approach. In my opinion, and in my approach, I like to use a nighttime recording that has a lot of beliefs in it that address the change I want to make within myself. And then I figure out what I'm dominantly struggling with in my mind throughout the day and do short little intentional meditations to address that. The rest of my day, I just design a good day to prioritize tasks I need to get done in my life, to take care of myself, and to show up for myself. Mindset is not a full-time job. So just like how you can't go to the gym for 24 hours a day, otherwise you're going to overtrain and you're actually going to get opposite results because it's too much. You want to make sure when you apply anything for mindset, whether it be nervous system regulation or doing short little meditations, you take a sustainable approach where you're not overdoing it. So if I want to create a specific result in my life, I'm going to use the gym as an example. Let's say I want to grow my booty, okay? I need to go in the gym and I need to do some squats, right? I'm going to do some squats. And then I'm going to trust the technique that I did. And I'm going to allow my body to rest and I'm going to allow the result to materialize. Short intentional sessions targeting the change I want to create within myself and then trusting my body to adapt and create that change. With your mindset, it's the same thing. So just like how at the gym, when you first go in and start doing squats, you may not necessarily see that many results right away. With persistence, eventually you're going to be like, damn, I got a fat ass. Okay. It finally manifested, period. Love it. Okay. Or I got like big arms, whatever it may be. Okay. When it comes to your mindset and you're doing these short little meditations, you may still get intrusive thoughts, worries, doubts, or fears. You may look at yourself and be like, damn, my booty's not growing yet. Damn, my arms aren't big yet. Damn, I'm still having these thoughts. That doesn't mean that what you're applying isn't working. It just means you need to persist. You need to discipline yourself into addressing these things, actually addressing what you're struggling with in your mindset and doing it in short little sessions and trusting what you're doing and allowing the change to occur. Not turning it into a full-time job where it's like I have to affirm 24/7. If I have a negative thought, I'm not going to get what I want. No, it comes down to application and persistence. What am I saying? Don't expect yourself to be perfect. Yes, you can create results pretty quickly. The body responds pretty fast. You can create a huge change within yourself within a short amount of time if you put yourself on a sustainable routine that addresses what you want to change within yourself and you persist in it. But even with what I'm saying here, maybe breath work in the morning, somewhere in the middle of the day, somewhere at nighttime, a little 10-minute meditation in the morning, midday, nighttime. That's max. If you do that, 60 minutes of your day spread out. And that's just at the beginning when you're first addressing your beliefs. Once you start to really take on new ways of identifying, you can relax from that. You don't have to do as much. And then it becomes tools when you notice you're getting intrusive thoughts, weird, wonky behaviors. But then you just observe and say, okay, why was I behaving that way? Why was I having these thoughts? Let me adjust these beliefs. And then you put a little routine to yourself, address it, drop the routine, you're good again. So now you have a toolbox. But it doesn't have to be a full-time job. So with whatever changes you're making within yourself, one, make it about yourself and what you believe about yourself in different areas of your life. But number two, when you're addressing those changes, diversify your day. Don't get hooked up on watching a ton of content. Do not make mindset or manifestation your identity. Take the tools, apply them, build a routine that feels good to yourself, and trust the change will occur, and focus on yourself and persist. The only person you got to obsess over is yourself, because before you understood mindset or manifestation, you naturally create your reality from how you're identified. So once you get into a new identity, you're going to naturally create a new reality in accordance to the new way that you identify. Okay? So that is why beliefs are important. And if you want to check me, look it up. Cognitive behavioral therapy. Do beliefs create automatic thoughts? Do beliefs create assumptions and rules? Don't just try and change your thoughts. Look at them and ask yourself, okay, what do I need to believe about myself in this area of my life to where I don't struggle with this awareness? And once you change how you're identified, you're going to handle situations completely differently. You're going to define yourself. You're not going to allow people to walk all over you. You're not going to get triggered by them as easily. You're going to decide who you are and how things show up in your life. And if somebody's not showing up in accordance to that in this moment, you're not going to get in your head over them. You're going to know, no, this isn't going to be my experience, and I don't have to worry about this. Actually, I know what I get out of this area of my life. And if you don't want to show up in that way right now, I don't have to wait for you. I'm going to keep it moving forward, and I know I'm going to get what I want. That is what taking on a new identity is. You're not changing anyone outside of you. You're being the change. And then when you're that change, you're going to decide how things show up. And then you're going to handle situations differently because you've actually changed. Okay? All right. So I love you all so much. I hope you have I hope you have a beautiful week. I know I'm posting this on a Sunday. And yeah. Bye.